Hey everybody, it's me, Sicilian Prince, and today I'm going to be making some salsa with my tomatillos that I grew. Now I know salsa is not typically an Italian thing, but hey, you know, Sicilians even like Mexican food sometimes, so salsa is a wonderful thing, and this is my tomatillos. So I have some tomatillos in the bag over there in the back. And I got these ones here that I'm going to be blending up. Blender usually comes out for margaritas, but you know, in this case we'll make an exception. Alright, so I got my pot over there. I got some chopped sweet onion, Vidalia onion. Some garlic. This is the garlic that I grew, that you saw in my past video. Some cilantro, some chopped up sweet pepper, red and green, some chopped up hot peppers. I'm not a huge fan of hot salsa, so I am going to not put in as much as other people do, but my friend happened to grow some peppers. They're in a bag back there. My friend happened to grow some peppers, so I had one jalapeno from my garden and his hot peppers. I'm not sure, I think they're cayenne. Anyway, hot peppers. I got some, about 3/4 of a cup of vinegar, and I got some squeezed lime juice, probably about 3 limes. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of olive oil in this pan and saute the onions and the peppers. Then I'm going to be adding the garlic to that. Alright, so I'm going to get started and we'll be right back. Alright, so I heat up my oil and add my onions to that. My hot pepper. I'm going to saute that around a little bit first. One of the things I would recommend doing is researching the herbal properties, the healing properties of the things that you cook with. For instance, we're going to be using cilantro. And cilantro, if you look up some of its herbal qualities, you know, according to folklore and old wisdom, according to folklore, it is a good detoxification herb that is great for things like removing heavy metals from your body. It, some people call it an herbal chelation, where it will remove mercury and other heavy metals from your body. So those of you interested in that sort of thing, it's great to try to incorporate that into your diet. There have been studies of Asian folks that eat a lot of cilantro, which they also call Chinese parsley, and that they have a very high instance or amount of mercury because they eat a lot of fish over there, and but there's a lot of higher mercury excreted from the folks that eat a lot of cilantro because it's removing it from their bodies. I'm going to add the other pepper to the mix and start sauteing that as well. little while I'm going to be adding the garlic. Garlic also has a lot of antibacterial and herbal medicine properties, according to folklore. That is a good antibiotic for respiratory type things. So those chest coughs and things like that, it's good to incorporate garlic into your diet, and it's kind of like a natural antibiotic in those areas. You gotta make your food your medicine. Or at least that's what some people say anyway. I'm sauteing that up, peppers. Now I'm gonna add the garlic. There's about 5 cloves of garlic that I grew in the backyard. You saw my other videos on that. I'm going to saute that a little bit. And let that go. Now, I'm going to be shutting off the camera for a second because I want to blend up these tomatillos and put them in, and you know, it's kind of loud, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Doesn't that look great? You want to make sure you don't burn this garlic though, very important. I'll saute that up a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to shut off the video now, and I'm going to be blending up the tomatillos. Alright, these are the purple tomatillos I just blended up in the blender. And I'm going to be adding that to the salsa over here. I'm going to let that come to a boil. I'm also going to be blending up the rest of these tomatillos and adding them. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I added the rest of my tomatillos. These are the purple tomatillos. They also come in green, but I grew the purple ones this year. And I'm going to add my lime juice, which I just added. My 3/4 of a cup of vinegar. And my chopped up cilantro. And one of the things I want to show you real quick though is that, like, if I want to chop up my cilantro, see if I could put that like this. Okay. Cut. Anyway, I want to chop up my cilantro. I could just take a pair of scissors and chop this up even finer than what it is, so it's more evenly distributed through. You see how it becomes, it looks like it's a lot less because I'm cutting it up, but it's really just in smaller pieces. Alright, cilantro. One of my favorite herbs. Love it. I know. Sicilians. It's not Sicilian food I'm cooking here. Italian food. It's alright. It's all good. Sicilians like all food, I think. I'll try to get all of that cilantro out. Sorry about the noise. Okay. I'm going to stir that in to my tomatillo salsa. And I'm going to grind a little bit of salt into that. This is sea salt that I'm grinding. Stir that around. I'm going to let that simmer. I'm going to let that simmer and reduce just a little bit. And then we'll be ready to put them into jars. But we're going to taste it first and see if we need to add anything. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so I have my salsa boiling over here. I tasted it and it tastes fine. I don't really think I need to add much of anything. If you wanted more heat, you could put in hot pepper flakes. You could add a little bit more hot pepper if you want. I think it tastes fine the way it is, for me. So what I have going is, this is going over here, is I have my canning lids that are in a pot, some hot water heating up. I have my canner here, which I've washed out a bunch of jars, and I have in there to keep them hot. And I'm going to let this go some more, probably about another 15-20 minutes, and then I'm going to be ladling that into the jars. I'll be back. Alright, there we are. We're ready to rock and roll. I'm going to turn off the heat. Adjust our camera here so that we are able to see the filling process. And turn off the heat. Alright, so basically what we're going to do next is we're going to take a ladle, and I am going to fill, stir this up good, move that closer, I'm going to fill the jars, and what I typically do is fill each one of them with a little bit of salsa so they don't crack, because even though the jars are hot, the salsa is hotter. So I take all my jars here, fill them up with a little bit, so that they maintain a hot temperature. And then what I'll do is I'll fill all of these up so that they have a 1/4 inch headspace to the top. A little bit more in that one. More in this one. I'm not going to have enough to do 6 jars, but I'll get at least pour out of it. Take some of these, pour it in. And now that I have 4 jars, what I'm going to do is basically stir it around a little bit. Make sure all the air is out. And then I'm going to take a paper towel and clean off the edges of the top of these jars. But you want to make sure that no food is stuck to the top of the jar. Alright. Then we take our magnetic thing. You saw me use those in other videos. Put the tops on. These. Put the lids on. I'm going to can these in a hot water bath. So I'm going to add some water to the top of this and let it go for probably about half hour or so. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Let's see what we can do. Take stuff out of there. First thing I'm going to do, here, and you can see I have 4 of these pint-sized jars of that salsa. Now you can do the smaller jars, but that's what I decided to do, is the size one. Now as you let this cool, you're going to hear popping, the tops are going to seal, they're going to go down. There's lots of great resources on canning, and I would, say to refer to a canning book. I could, take one of mine that I really like and post a link for it on the bottom of this video so you can see. But I would follow, get familiar with the process of canning. This is a water bath canner, and sometimes you need to do a pressure canner. And basically the reason why this one here was a water bath canner is because there's vinegar in this salsa and also lime juice, so it's kind of acidic, and with that it was able to be done in a water bath canner. But you know, if you don't do canning right, you can end up with some pretty bad illnesses. So I would say definitely get yourself a good resource like a book. I'll post a couple of them I have at the bottom of this video so that you can see them, put the Amazon links for you. But that's it. Basically, at this point, what we're going to do is just wait, and you're going to hear popping, and these here lids that are bowed outward now are going to bow inward. The centers are going to pop down. You're going to leave it undisturbed now for about 24 hours, and at that point you should be good to go. So, hope you enjoyed watching this video, and take a little bit of time to look at the herbal properties of the ingredients in your foods, and you'll see that, you know what, some of these foods are great for, you know, healing all kind of things. Keep that in mind, though, you know, so if you ever need any of those things, you might want to eat some of those foods. Alright, thanks for watching, and see you soon. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my video channel here on YouTube, and check out my blog at www.cooking-italian-recipes.com for great Italian recipes, tips on organic gardening, winemaking, and herbalism, and all other kind of fun stuff that I'm into. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, tell your friends. Take care.